Taiwan is bursting with heaps of fun places to explore. Join me, Amber Hatfield, as I hit up travel hotspots, soak up some culture, and hunt down hidden gems. Let's go! Hi there, welcome back to Let's Go. Today I'm going to be delving into a few interesting spots in Taipei with my two guests, Maryanne and Ching-en.
Hi everyone!
Hi!
The places that we're going to explore today are some really wonderful sites in the city of Taipei itself. And there's so many things to see just in Taipei, so even if you're planning to visit Taiwan and you only have a short few days to spend, then you can see loads of sites in Taipei. And a really great way that I like to see any city, and something that I always love to do, is take a walking tour. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what Maryanne and Ching-en and I did recently. So today we're going to take you through our walking tour spots in Taipei. So I'm not sure about you guys, but for me it was the first time on a walking tour in Taipei. Was it your first time on the walking tour in Taipei as well?
Yeah. I had never done a walking tour in Taipei before, but I've done many in Europe.
Oh,
right.
Nice. Mm-hmm. That was my first walking tour as well. And I was actually quite pleasantly surprised by the whole experience. Yeah. Because because I used to live in Kaohsiung. I came from Kaohsiung. So coming up to Taipei and starting work here, just get so used to the work schedule, work, home, and then rest. You don't really go around as much.
Yeah.
And I felt that it would be nice to go around, get to know Taipei City a whole lot more. Yeah.
I think it's really interesting for me to know more about the place I live, and because I came later than the original, the indigenous people, native people, people natively living here. Yeah, and so I want to know more about their memories and what it was like when they were young.
Right. Okay.
And yeah, I like histories.
Yeah. So the first stop that we took on our tour was to Longshan Temple.
To be honest, I don't remember all the details, but I do remember that there were a number of customs, I suppose, for lack of a better word, that you need to do. For example, stepping into the temple. For women, you have to use your right foot.
Yeah.
Stepping over the
threshold. Yeah.
And then for guys, it should be the left that is used to step over the threshold. And you shouldn't step on the threshold. And also, like, you always enter from the right. And it has something to do with prosperity and luck. Because on the right side, that's good luck coming in. And the left side is like the bad luck going out. So if you do it the other way around, you're bringing more bad luck into your life.
Right, yeah.
So those are the little things that I kind of remember.
Yeah, and the right side is called Longmen, Dragon Gate. And the left side is called Tiger Gate.
Tiger Gate, yeah.
And the Longshan Temple, they worship the Guan Yin and other deities.
Right.
But the major god is Guan Yin. And there's a legend saying that there was a bombing coming up. Yeah. Guan Yin trying to save those people, so the people would not stay in the temple. They just leave the temple, and the temple was bombed, right?
Yeah, and it was completely destroyed. The only thing that was left remaining was actually the Guan Yin statue.
Yeah. So it became more people come to worship the Guan Yin
at that temple. Yeah. We also got to meet a lot of other gods, like
love god.
Yeah, the god of love, and also
the god of education.
Yes,
right?
Education. Wenchang Dijun.
Yes. Yeah. So I remember something that I thought was really cool was that people give the gifts. So they give 3 different gifts to that god, right? One of them was oil, right? So like 加油. So they will give oil to the god as like a gift to the god. And then I think the other one was
green onion.
聪for 聪明 for smart.
Wisdom, 聪明.
And then the other one was
rice dumplings.
Yeah, rice dumplings.
粽子 guarantees you to get your goal,
Ah,
Like,
okay. Interesting.
to achieve your goal, right?
And we also did pray to the love god or the god of marriage.
Right. That's
月老.
true. That's my first time doing the moon blocks. Yeah, that was my first time doing the moon blocks. So the moon blocks are basically these two wooden moon-shaped blocks, therefore called moon blocks. And then you ask questions to the deity or the god, and they would answer you according to how the blocks fall. And if it's both facing up or both facing down, that's a no.
No, or rejected. I don't know.
Rejected, yeah.
Right. And then if you didn't get the answer you wanted, you just persist in asking the questions and you just rephrase the questions until you get the answer you want.
3 times in a row, right?
Right.
You have to get the answer you want, the yes, 3 times in a row.
Since none of us got our 3 yeses, we were supposed to go back to try to get a divination stick. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that will be one of your future episodes.
Take you to the temple to get a divination stick.
Okay.
So let's head on to the next stop on our tour. So the next stop was Bopiliao Historical Block. And that was, actually, Bopi means skin peeling.
Right.
So this was once the commercial center of northern Taipei, where people would conduct trade. And right now it's still really well maintained, right? So you can still see all the old buildings, like really beautiful structures.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the things that struck out the most at me in that area were the red bricks. And I found that to be really, just a really beautiful area to wander around, because the architecture is definitely very different from modern Taipei. So it was a nice walk, and you also see a lot of NGOs over there as well. So if you're interested in social movements or in assistance of different kinds, most of them, I believe, can be found in that area as well.
You know, there's a Taipei Film Commission or Council was stationed there.
Right. There was this wall featuring a really old Taiwanese film.
I can't remember the title.
Apparently, it's very well known. But yeah, I just remember looking at it and just looking at the costume, the clothing, because it's just very traditional. It looked very
nostalgic.
Nostalgic.
It did, yeah. And what did our guide described it as?
It's 50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey.
During that time, it was the equivalent of 50 Shades of Grey during that time. Yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
Me too. And I like to see those kind of like you guys said, nostalgic, like the old nostalgic kind of posters and pictures and stuff. So I think that was really cool that they still had that there.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
But by this time in the tour, I think we were getting really hot, right? Because it was super hot that day.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we walked to the next spot, which was an old little traditional ice cream store.
Yes. Yeah. The ice cream shop was also selling what I would call Taiwanese flavored ice cream. Like there was taro and preserved plum.
Yeah, I got that one. That was really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sour plum.
Yeah. And it had a very surprising taste, because I was expecting it to be fruity, but it was fruity and salty, and it really tasted like the dried plums that they sell, which took me by, well, I wasn't expecting that taste.
Yeah.
It tastes like the kind of preserved fruit in the Philippines.
Yeah, we have something.
What's it called?
Giamui.
Giamui. In Philippines, you call giamui.
Yeah, we have something
in Taiwan,
similar.
we call giamui.
Ah, it's the same.
Yeah, it's Hokkien.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, so we have these similarities.
Right. So the next stop was at the Ximen Red House. So Ximen Red House was originally constructed as a market, right? A public market?
Yeah, it's a market.
There's a lot of the architectural features are from the colonial Japan era. And now it's actually turned into
a theater.
Yeah.
It's also
and also, there are a lot of LGBT bars at the back is not only visited by LGBT persons. Some, foreign, let's go, European or Western families would go there on weekends with their child.
Okay.
And they're just a family
Just
having
hanging out.
dinner.
Yeah.
So I think that's very a very embracive environment where everyone are welcome.
Yeah.
But we didn't really get to spend too much time at the Red House.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. I was going to say that too, because I think the Red House is not really big, but it's there's quite a few. There was like cafe and there's some places like small stores selling like arts and crafts stuff. And then there was also, as we kind of ventured inside, there's more like boards with history of the building and everything. But I feel like we kind of only spent a few minutes in there, and I think I could probably go back and learn more about it separately.
Yeah. The way the Red House is designed, it includes the Christian cross. Like the building is shaped in a cross. And also they use the Chinese 八卦, basically used to ward off evil spirits. And the cross is the extension of the building. Again, another protective sign. There's another third one. Do you remember what it is? I just remember there were three. They were saying that they had 3 powerful symbols to protect the people staying there.
I also only remember the bagua and the cross. I don't remember the other one.
There's third one.
Okay. That remains a mystery, or for our listeners to find out for themselves.
Tune in next week as we take you to more walking tour spots in Taipei. See you then. Bye.